Okay, so we're going to attempt to go live with the interview of the solo racer. Here we go. Waiting for the picture. Let's see. All right, we got picture. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so we're just going to run the natural sound of his interview just to give you guys something to watch and make sure everything's working.
I would think you'd like standing up.
Yeah, sitting is nice when you have like a chair, but it's not nice at the moment when you sit on a saddle.
This year, you really looked like you pushed over those final few miles. How did you feel when you got to the finish line this year?
Sound? Yeah.
When I watched the video today about my arrival on the finish line yesterday, I was quite something like embarrassed because I was not in a good mood. I was not really enjoying because I was just too tired and too done, and I was pushing so hard until Mount Airy, which is like 3 hours before the finish line. So I was really like that. I thought it is possible to get the 8-day barrier, but then in the end there was a lot of traffic. Then we had a very intensive rainstorm and all of that things. And of course, I was maybe not fast enough the 7 days before, but all of these things led to the final result of 8 days and 1 hour and a few minutes. And then I was like, yeah, not really happy in the first few minutes after I arrived at the finish line. But today, I'm like, yeah, I can enjoy it, and it's really nice, and I'm really very happy about it all.
I think you had everybody pulling for you to break 8 days. You still had the second fastest average speed in the history of the race, which is phenomenal.
Yes, of course, and because of the longer route than the years before, I knew that it is nearly impossible to get under 8 days. Only if everything is perfect and if you have good weather. And yeah, I nearly did it, but I also felt that it is possible. So it was very close, and maybe this is a goal for the future.
Love hearing that. But what's it like to be out there completely alone? I mean, you're time station ahead of the next solo racer. How do you motivate yourself to keep going? I mean, there's a lot of internal motivation, obviously, coming from within.
Yes, I have a lot of motivation from within, and I'm, before the race, I am sure that, like Thomas Mauerhofer, who was catched by a car and hit by a car, which is very sad, and I want to wish him the best from that, from here and in that moment, for a fast recovery. And also Ralf de Seviskur from Luxembourg. It was sure that they will be fast, but if I can bring 100% of my performance, that they will not be as fast as me. When I think of other results, other races from the past. So yeah, I knew for the race that it will be race against my time from 2013 to 2014, and we had a list, we had documents, we had graphs of my time station performances from the last races, and it was like, yeah, you have been slower than 2:14 but faster than 2:32, and with that thinking I was motivating myself to get the best out of me.
So, I mean, you do so many records, your 500-mile indoor track record, which was, I loved talking to you about that. It just sounded like torture. But again, you've got some fire inside that you're able to do that. Is your crew constantly giving you updates? Not just when you're on these brief stops, but talking to you over the bike about your speed?
Yes, of course. This is one of my drives to be in updates all the time. I am talking a lot about the opponents, about from time station 1 beginning on. I want to know where are and how fast are my opponents. Then I was very happy for Nicole Rice, for the very fast women from Switzerland, and I'm interested in all the other opponents as well, and we are checking for their website updates, for their live ticker updates. So even if I am in the lead and don't see the other races in person, I'm very well informed about them, and that keeps the racing spirit in me.
It sounds like you're not necessarily feeling a competitiveness against them. It's really against yourself. You care about the other racers.
It's always easy to say that you care about yourself as long as you are in the lead, but of course if they come closer, if I have problems, if I'm not in the lead, if I am falling back, it is stress to me, of course, and I don't like the feeling of a lot of people in front of me, but I do a lot of training and really hard and intensive preparation to be able to be in the front. But that, of course, includes that I have to think about my motivation when I'm in the front.
And I've been watching your time splits just constantly throughout the days, and it blew me away that you didn't have a time station average in single digits until right near the end in the Appalachians. How were you able to continue that speed even with taking a sleep break?
Yeah, the training for this year's RAAM was more intense, and so I was able to recover in times when I did not ride as fast, when I had slow rides for a few hours, then my body could recover, and short time gaps of intensive riding, like when you have a very steep mountain, did not cause so much stress to my body as in the years before.
And your crew was talking, we mentioned this yesterday and said I really wanted to talk to you about it today, but your crew had said when you came awake from a sleep break, you were much more alert and aware than you had been in the past. What were some of the changes that you made?
Yeah, another change was that this year we did more sleep than last year, and last year I did more sleep than the years before. So it's like it's not an improvement, but it's a change of thinking. In my early years, I was trying to sleep as little as possible, because if you sleep, then you lose. That was my mindset in these years. But this year we proved that for me, I mean, everybody is different, every mind and every organism is different. But in my personal case, it's better to have maybe 20 minutes more of sleep per day, 1 power nap more, and then be much faster on the bike and be much more focused in your mind.
Now, last year we spoke quite a bit about the new section between Camp Verde and Flagstaff, and that definitely affected the race, threw you off on where you were coming through, say, Monument Valley than you were used to in the past. What was your pace like this year, and how did that affect you?
I'm not sure about the numbers, so people who want to know it in detail have to look it up in the leaderboards or in the RAAM statistics. But I knew that I have to be very, very fast until Flagstaff, because there are a few things. When you're fast in the first 1 or 1.5 days, then you have much more positive mindset than when you're not in the lead. You have more motivation, because you have the feeling that it is maybe possible to get the win, or to get the lead, or to get a new record. And it's true that you cannot ride faster in the end when you save some power in the beginning. So yeah, that's what people sometimes think, that you have to start slowly and then you have to do a fast finish, but that's possible in a 5-hour marathon run maybe, but it's not possible in an 8-line day multi-event, because if you lose some time, even on the first day, you will never get it back.
The mythic negative split where you ride the second half faster than the first.
That's not possible in a race like RAAM, and so I knew I have to give it nearly all out until Flagstaff, and then reach Flagstaff before it starts, because then you have tailwind to Tuba City. Then you will reach the Wolf Creek Pass the next day before midnight, before it's getting cold. But there are some more little positive things that can only be reached when you are very fast until Flagstaff.
Let's talk a little bit about your training. You're not a mega miles guy. You really work on speed, don't you?
Yes, but I think I do both. So in the last year I was like, my rest day, the new coach told me that rest days are not the best thing for your body. So a rest day was like 4 to 5 hours of easy riding, and yeah, at the end of the week there are still a lot of miles and a lot of hours on the day, but I remember one training cycle which was 5 weeks without any day off bike. So it was like the 36th day was the first day without training.
How do you recover from that schedule?
I don't know. I mean, I get up in the morning, my legs are painful, and I think, oh my God, how should I get the next training done? It's really painful sometimes in the morning to get out of bed, but then you have 2-3 hours of warm up, and then your legs get better, and after the 7th hour the training is finished. And on the next day it starts again. You think like, how should I get out of bed?
So is this fun for you when you're out racing? Are you having a good time, or are you so focused on what you're doing, this is your job?
Yes, of course, it is a good time, and this year I was like seeing the result and feeling the result of very hard training. So the training I did for this year was harder as every year before, and I had fewer problems in the race, and I was much faster. So I think it's a good way of preparation, but I also have to say that not everybody can do the same style of training. Some people need more intensity, some people need more hours, and this is a very individual thing, and this can only be done by a good coach. And things change during your life as an athlete. So what you need as a 20-year-old guy can be completely different than what you need as a 30-year-old guy.
So now you're what, a 33-year-old guy?
No, it's 35.
I didn't want to go high. So what changes are you going to make? And really curious about how you're going to follow this up. What are you doing the rest of the year?
Now I will do some, maybe I have to talk to my coach, but I'm trying to get some real days off bike, not only just 4 hours of easy riding. And I think in 2 weeks again I will start with easy training. Then we have the Race Around Austria Challenge, which is like the short distance of the Race Around Austria in August. And then at the end of October I'll be back here in Borrego Springs for the 24-hour time trial championships.
Christoph, it's always great to chat with you. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your time off the bike to rest, to come up here and talk with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I was enjoying, and I'm now looking forward to see the other guys finish the race.
You're going to stick around and watch? All right, it's good to have you here. From the finish line at City Dock in Annapolis, we're here with Christoph Strasser, the 2018 men's solo champion. 5 times.
Part of the new age. Bemer.
Just a quick update, the Bemer fans are through announcement, so they should have an official finish. Their pro team, we picked them up and escorted in, so they shouldn't take too much longer.
You guys coming too?
Okay. What's our just hold on there. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're right here. They're right there, man. They're right there.
They're coming? Okay,
Yep.
so switch me up. Stay nice and wide. To make sure you got audio. Okay, so just got notification that the guys are about 15 minutes out. They're going to be escorted in, and when they are, we're going to stay live until they get here. We've got a nice little Bemer crowd that's forming here now, so looking forward to getting you guys feedback as well on the live stream and sharing this with everyone in the company. Thanks. Keep these like. Like there's about
they're like 10 minutes away, 5 or 10 minutes away.
Go to them. That group.
Yeah, but it'll probably pick up.
Let's go back and forth from people in the groups. Just want to keep live.
It's coming now.
Bemer University, and
Third. And then it starts getting more packed. Now it's just start, I think, Untitled Chapter. And then they kind of work their way through. It's actually kind of a recovery product. Oh, you know what it is? Okay. Yeah, my wife's on this. Spread the word.
so they're going to be coming through here. Yeah. With our sign. Yeah, we should go Facebook Live. Let's go Facebook Live.
So just a quick heads up to everyone here. They're on their way in, so just bear with them. They're probably stopping at the Shell station to make themselves look as pretty as they can. So we have an official time for them. The official time is 5 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes. And they broke the time record, but that's not actually how we measure records in this event. We do it by speed. Their speed was 24.91. They broke that record as well. So the old record was 5 days, 3 hours, 45 minutes. So they were 2 minutes faster, but the course is also about 70 miles longer. The old record was 24.19 miles an hour, and their speed is 24.91. That's a pretty large margin to break a record by in this sport. So we will congratulate them appropriately when they get here.
How do they ride? Non-stop. They change it every time, every once an hour probably.
It's the same bike that different people sell on it.
Why can't you do Facebook Live?
they don't stop. So like a tag. Yeah, there you go.
They charge like $125. But I use it for my arthritis. And I'll take $6 grand. The Bemer, the machine, with the mat and everything else.
Hi, everybody.
2 years ago, I couldn't do this. Now, well, they have a mat that you can sleep on. They have a thing you can sit around and you can sleep on. They have a white laser. I use this thing wrapped around my neck. Chris.
Shame. Yeah, no.
Stay up closer. Stay closer. You wanna go on camera? We're live. Hi.
Hey. Hey. Team Bemer. Yeah.
So you guys, how far of a travel journey did you guys?
We came from Sarasota.
From Sarasota? Let's come forward a little bit. Give me this. Okay. Test. All right, cool. So, how far was the journey to the finish line?
From Sarasota, Florida, we went to Washington, D.C., and then we came here, and it took us about an hour and a half.
Our trip from Sarasota, it's about 1,000 miles, but about 2,000 short of the riders, so they've done a fantastic job getting out here today. Can't wait to see them come in.
We were laughing on the plane because we were hoping that we were going to be able to land, and we kept checking our phones before we took off and after we got back, that they might beat us here. And it was this running joke where if we were going to make it in time, and then we sat in traffic when we landed, and we were terrified that they might show up in the middle of the night.
It's like the amazing race.
Yeah. So now we're all antsy. We've been literally waiting and refreshing the browser now for 5 days. So everyone's really excited. Happy to be here, and we're just going to stay live and keep more media coming, and hopefully more people join the live stream, and share it with your friends because it's open to the public. Just send the YouTube link at the top of the page to anyone. Bye.
USA. Hey, you get here too.
I'll do a picture. I'll do a picture, you guys.
Rajika, come here, go aside. You need to get in. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. That's fine.
Real closer.
Just keep it like that. It's live. It's live. Laurel, get in here.
What is this, the attractive women's group?
Yeah.
You can't be in there with your attractive women.
Here, check out here.
Right here. Right here.
Right there, get him.
Okay, you guys go to the Bemer Beauty.
You too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I did okay. You're fine.
You're live too.
Oh, yeah, I'm live.
Awesome.
And this is our guy from Bemer.
This is the other guy from Bemer. I'm James. That's Dan.
That's Dan.
Yeah, Dan's
Live stream.
Yeah.
And this is James.
Hi. Coming. They're coming.
I know. I promised the teammates, say, hey, hi guys.
That's our son. Yeah, among other things. He's a window washer.
Hi there. We're Carl's parents.
Okay. This was in there.
Are you doing a video? Okay, this is your mother right
This is right here.
You will when you see I met him in Orlando. Yeah, and I was like, these guys are really wow. It is. So it's up. Yeah, yeah. To be able to understand each other, stuff like
I thought it was mine.
oh, it's right there.
Guys, line everybody up. Line everybody up.
All right, Mom. Get ready. We're almost here. Get ready. Line up. There we go.
Yeah, he went one.
So you're. There you go. Good. Yep.
So it's my one.
Yeah, his name is. Thank you.
Wait. So no one can go on the sides? Yeah. Come to the sides, please. So I can see you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to see all the support. Yeah, come back to where you were. Yes, we can see you guys.
I just don't want to get you guys in the way.
Yeah, I want to see all the Bemer support right at the end. I think it's really important. You guys see that. Yeah. So get kind of up there. They're gonna come right through here though. You guys gotta watch out.
They're going to stop with the front wheels right there.
All right. Okay, great.
I'm on my Texas buddy tomorrow, and then he's running Saturday, driving Ohio. Yeah, it's fun. Did you find on Sunday? Hey, so you go not to like to see Michael Glass from I'm not sure Michael Glass. He's from he's close to being
just take your phone.
Everybody, they are coming in very, very shortly. So they're going to stop here at this finish line. We're going to get a whole lot of Bemer support. It's exciting. could wait 5 minutes. The more Bemer, the better it will be in the shot. I'll have a whole bunch of Bemer pictures, people, and it'll look great. So go all the way to the finish. The black thing. Look at you in there. Everyone right here, I won't see it. You're right here, I won't see it. The closer, the better.
Your block's where it says finish.
All right. Okay.
No, you hear that all the time.
Thank you, I appreciate it. No worries. Thank you. It's hard to get the good shot.
Where are they unloading?
So I think they're coming like right now. My phone's screaming, so I can't. Nice and cloudy.
Make sure you get a picture of her shirt. Get a picture of her shirt with the sun on it.
Where?
Right here.
In a second. A little nervous.
When are they coming?
Very soon.
Very soon.
Very, very soon.
We hear some horns beeping over there.
I know, I'm like really ready. Good stuff today? Have fun? Good.
They're soon. They'll be here soon.
Hey, when are they coming? Someone tell me.
I know, right? So they're gonna be here.
Very early.
I got the live stream right now.
We understand that for a lot of the fans.
I want you to get a picture right here.
Otherwise, they're between Shell and here, so they're probably on capital a little bit. They go around there and go to
Hi, Nick. Nick watching from home office, telling everyone hello and thank you for all your support. Nick from home office says thank you everyone for coming. Nick Hewish says thank you. No one can hear me? Okay, great. There you go, Nick.
And together they
You can hear it.
Where are you guys from?
Denver. Yeah, maybe right here. There's a bus coming.
Not there.
They get out of the bus.
A bunch of years ago, the yacht club was over building up here. Christmas before the business used to be a Phillips. Phillips.
Is that this empty area?
No, I mean, so Phillips was over there, and then they, I guess, somehow they gave the yacht club their building. They'll do it every once a month, I guess.
Music there.
Let's see. They're gonna get champagne. Are they shut up?
See, you get the
Right here.
I've got
I ride with the guy. Really good thing. And every once in a while we pull alongside the bike.
Yeah. Let's keep that one. There's also
Right? We're good.
I may need to send somebody down. Hey, why don't you guys not take a picture there? That's worth
How big is this card, man?
I just
The format? It's like 80% liquid.
should be, but if it's not, you can.
Oh no, that's
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, it's like first into everything in one. And yeah. No, it's great. And I switched to that like just before the race. Michael Corn, he's out there, he's using that too. He's friends with the founder of the company, guy. They also have one that's a little bit higher in calories. So it's at night. Switching to their products. Rice cakes. They know their food. They know the one layer. Another layer of rice. And then you press it. It's nice and good. Going yeah, for the most part, that was it.
My girlfriend.
But when I wake up, I can like find I got nothing, so
Okay, so we got an update. The guys are around the corner. They're actually getting freshened up. They're done actually racing, but for their show picture, they want to have fresh Bemer digs on. So everyone's changing. They're going to try and look somewhat presentable from being fried on the road for 5 days. So coming at you very soon, in about 10 minutes. So continue to stare into the emptiness and enjoy.
What's the Bemer?
I can send you. The guy's super cool too. Just my head,
So the microcapillary gets stimulated to not only pump the lactic acid out, but the given into the fried. It's now broken everyone. It's designed for circulation.
So the guys
That's cool.
All right, everybody, when Team Bemer comes in, we ask that you do not spray confetti everywhere because Rick's got to pick that stuff up by hand. But in the immortal words of Bruce Dickinson, yes, the Bruce Dickinson, I need everybody.
Guys, what's the deal? Are you sure that was sounding okay? I'll be honest, fellas, it was sounding great, but I could have used a little more cowbell.
There it is. Let's hear those cowbells. Yeah. I think Bruce Dickinson is going to make a lot of appearances this week.
Coming here soon. Crewing, they're in Ohio right now. Don't fit on. Oh, they're great. I mean, that's just yeah. Them getting win.
Time record. Speed record.
That's what happened.
It's pretty amazing. Horses did it. Of course, like record amount. This team is fine. See them on the road, see their conditions. So this be here any more time?
Yeah, they're probably in the bar. Yeah,
So what is 20 years of Bemer?
20 years? Is it 20?
20 years of Bemer. Yeah, let's come on up.
I wish you good luck. Thanks. This is a great testament.
Yeah.
I don't. Let's tell the audience.
You're missing out on something. I'll give you a flyer. So the company is German and based in Liechtenstein, and they celebrate their 20 years of existence of this amazing technology device that actually powers the Bemer team that is arriving in a few seconds here. About the company, the device. So Bemer is a bioenergy medicine device that promotes your circulation in every body, so both people as animals, as even plant. Well, you're going to get it right from me if you want. So you're at the right place. But yeah, the Bemer team members that are going to arrive here to race across America, the world's toughest bicycle race, they have Bemers in their van, and that is their superpower.
When they're resting, they're
yes,
it's a secret.
Yeah, it helps with recovery and you know, and also with their performance. So it's like a natural way to regenerate. But it's based therapeutically and for athletes. So a lot of top athletes use it. I use it as a veterinarian, also for animals, and all the people that have Bemers at their houses because it's made for home use. They use it also with their pets and their horses, a lot of top horses, and then you can use it preventatively. So you wanna stay young. Yeah, well, everyone gets introduced by a Bemer person, so they can or they can find a local Bemer person. But yeah, mine is drmarlies.bemergroup.com. But everyone should contact the person that they were introduced by. So that's kind of how we work. We have a worldwide Bemer family. Yes, we're so happy to come here. We're coming from Virginia, and lots of folks from DC and Florida, and I don't know, where are you from?
Bob Baffert uses it on just the
horse. Yes, the horse.
And Tom Brady.
Yeah, yes. So we have a lot of like secrets. Athletes keep it as their best kept secret, really. So because they're going to go so fast, So maybe in the next.
People use it too.
What?
Old people use it.
Old people use it. They look like 20 years younger. Whoever uses it.
Well, I've been using my Bemer. I'm actually 90.
Hey, Sonny.
Good. No, that's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, veterinarian out of Virginia?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm glad we have so many Bemer fans here, and what a great plug for the company.
Thank you so much. I'll give you the flyer. I think that's right.
So while we're waiting for Team Bemer to finally slowly make their way to the finish line, Executive Director Rick Beaufort, I'd love to hear what you think about a record being set here today. Allied forces come together. An 8-person team came together, I think, in 2000, and was only run as a corporate division. We had to all work at the same company, and so Team Viasat kind of stepped in and started to build it. And then Team Type 1 came in, very competitive. They set a record in it. That was, I think, the first time that they broke the 4-person record, and since then the 8s have really been fast out here, progressed into Team 4 Mill and Strategic Lions, who combined and created Team Allied Forces, which are the current record holders. Well, I guess that's been broken now.
Yeah, so the 8-person division's been kind of cool, and it started out as really a corporate thing, and then it got fast, and the record has been broken and rebroken over the past 10 years by Team Type 1, Viasat, Big Shop from Norway, Strategic Lions broke it, and then Allied Forces and Strategic Lions decided they really wanted to come break it, and they did, and they annihilated that record, and now, of course, their record has just been broken, and they have been following closely, and we have some messages from them we'll read. But yeah, anytime a record is broken, it's pretty amazing. It's lots of things have to happen right for records to be broken. Rider has to be good, your crew has to be good, the racers have to be good. Don't just jump on a bike and pick up. As a matter of fact, before the guys on the Bemer tried to break the four-person record and found out it's difficult. And they've gotten really close, but never quite got there. But they decided to put 4 more guys in there. So it's pretty well.
So Rick, I'd love it if you just kind of share the support that these guys have been getting from the current record holders allied forces. Of course, there's some bitter feelings, there's bittersweet feelings to see the record go down, but they've been doing nothing but offering kind words.
Yeah, so one of the great things about this sport is it's competitive for sure. There's a lot of camaraderie out there, there's a lot of friendship out there. There's no doubt they're all competitive. With Christoph, he talks about breaking records and following his competitors. He wants to know how they're doing and they're doing well. And this race has been no different. The Allied Forces guys have been following from the very start. I've seen some message boards fly around and they've been supportive. They don't want to see the record broken, nobody does, but they also do because that's why records are out there, TV record. Shauna Hogan went to the same at the full race up there this year. It's pretty cool. It's a little hard to believe that there's no support. Good thing is Shauna Hogan is actually another record. It's pretty close. I don't know that either her overall record or the 50-49 record will be broken, but they're very, very close.
Yeah, I ran a race.
Well, we're also thanks for great event this year, and we're just waiting patiently for Again, 5 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes. They broke the overall time speed record by 24.91 miles per hour. The previous record was 24.19 miles per hour. And even though this course is some 70 miles further than the course of the record, they actually beat the time by 2.
Well, it is when you're going slow. You can feel a lot
So 5 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes for the
Come on, Bemer.
Take a shower.
I need to. I have to turn it on. We are anxiously awaiting. We're wondering, just like you. We did win, by the way, but we're going to save that for later. So, hopefully they're going to arrive here pretty soon. Anyone have any idea where they're at? Just around the corner? They're coming.
You should just stand up.
So not sure if they've left the Shell station yet. We listen to Bruce Dickinson.
Trying to get the reaction done and trying to get to Hanover, but they finished there and turn around at some point and spots I got a picture you're really gonna enjoy. I'll let you look at it later.
Blonde or? Yeah, I cruised in 2015. That practicing on his private motocross track?
Well,
yeah, so I'm trying to promote that for that, you know.
Okay. How are we doing?
Doesn't probably get
This is going by. I got a couple shots got by without it.
Yeah, so
Everyone's scattering because they're tired of waiting. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's the part where I already posted something. That's the part. The big farmland area.
I gotta go do that.
And then they beat us to the bridge. Oh wow. We pretty good around them at that point. Pretty good around them. How long did you stay with these guys? Traffic, hard cars, hard to
Yeah, I've got good still there. Video power line.
got to Mount Arrow that we talked to.
Well, that was minutes later. I don't.
Yeah, coming? Here we go. Let's get a lineup. They're riding in. You need lots of noise. Where are they at? No? We'll see.
Sounds to me like Team Bemer is on their way into the parking lot.
No, you can stay.
One thing about down here, right here, I'm going to get all that shot. It'll take you like 30 seconds, and then you guys swarm.
Oh, you're right, Herb. You're right, Herb.
I'm sorry. I did not see that.
You're fine. You're fine.
Maurice, are you here?
Right here, guys. I'm with Bemer. Right here. You guys go in. Go back. Yeah, you can come on now. One more sign. One more Bemer sign. Bemer people. Okay. Okay, Bemer. Okay, guys, right here. For Bemer. Right here. Thank you. Perfect. Good job.
Great job. Here's Joshua.
That's awesome.
Guys did it. Congratulations.
Heck, I'm getting in there.
You getting the crew in here? Crew! Yeah!
The whole crew.
Like it. There she is.
Okay, cool. Let's get the whole Bemer.
You guys set a record on International Selfie Day.
Okay, right here for Bemer.
Yeah.
Come in closer, guys. Come in closer. It's a big sign. There we go.
We like each other.
Pretend like don't stink. Right here, one more.
Bemer team.
All of you. Get in here. Anyone? Okay.
You guys
Good.
sacrificed something for the solstice celebration.
One more.
There you go. Okay, get in front. Get in front.
Patty. I see what you mean.
Yay, crew!
Okay, one more right here. Team Bemer can beat. Back up for a second.
He's part of the crew.
He's part of the crew. What? Can I do one? Can I do one? I'm gonna get clean. Okay, great, thanks. Okay, right here, Bemer. See in? You in? Get in if you're gonna be in. Right here. Arms in there. We just won. Come on. There we go. Good job, everybody. They look tired.
You know Wait, your mic. Hey, what's up? What's up? You, everybody was saying. Hello, how are you? Photographers, congratulations. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm great. I know so much about you.
Oh, that's so good.
Look at his bike. Hey, I got the old one. I am so
Josh, hang your bike up. You gotta go up on stage.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a spot.
Congratulations.
You guys, if you could make your way up on stage.
Hey, why would you do that when you're tired?
Yeah, it is.
The helmet's off because
Still running on caffeine.
So once again.
Oh my God. Yes. Yay! Here's your Bemer smokes bottle. Yes. Thanks, Chris.
Outstanding. Thank you. We got to talk to your dad.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My mom.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, great. You guys driving off.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, everybody is
I have no idea.
Somebody got crossed out.
Yes, Josh was a replacement.
Your bike, I think.
Yeah, it's over there.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, by 3 hours. 70 miles further. What was it? 2 minutes.
There's two records. The time record we got by 2 minutes, and then the speed record.
But our course was 70 miles longer.
I was watching you guys for the last 5 days. We ran a live stream right now. I was watching you guys.
That's too good. You gotta say a really
No, I gotta say what?
I'm sure it's out.
Oh my God.
Knocked all out the Bemer.
Well, I'm afraid to ask Phil about strategy because he said he'd kill me, but at the same time, I'm really hurting. So, Phil, I wouldn't mind. So, Mr. Broadhead, how does it feel to be the new record holders of the 8-person division in the Race Across America?
It's pretty amazing. We've been chasing the record for 3 years now. It's our 4th year. As a 4-man for 3 years, and we just haven't had the weather. We decided let's try with 8-man, bring on 4 more of our friends, and give it a go, and it worked out great this year.
And Chris, let's ask you our sound check question. What's your favorite movie?
I'd say it's this movie called 4x3000.
Mr. Tentsman, I'll stay at an arm's length now. You're always smiling. You just did your endo and your hoppies on your rear wheel, and you just look like you're having a blast. Was it a fun race?
Oh, it's always fun. It's 2 wheels and a handlebar. How can you not have fun, right?
High point of the race for you?
Man, you know, it's probably when we got going, we had good winds, you know, at the start, and then, you know, like, we kind of just always felt good. There was really no like real big down points like we've had in 4-man, you know, when you're really sleep deprived. So that was probably the highlight. It was always a good time.
And I don't want to get too much into strategy with you guys, but you did say you would answer a strategy question. So it's him. But I really liked it when I spoke with you yesterday, and you were saying that you had a kind of a different rotation. Really, it sounded like so you wouldn't get into the 4 guys that are always riding together and the other 4 were almost competing against each other. It seemed like you really wanted to stay an 8-man team and really support each other throughout the race.
I can talk on that because we did talk strategy on that, and it's basically that. It's you have 2 4-man teams and you never see each other, or you ride as a team and you rotate every 6 hours. 2 at a time, and you're matched up, and it was really cool to come in and out on rotations and be able to slap somebody on the butt and say, right on, let's rock this. And to see the rotations happen and to talk about the rotations, even though I was completely opposite of Mike and we shared a bunk, I was able to still see him, you know, in and out of cars and talk to him. And if you're waking up to grab something to eat and see their rotation coming through, cheer them on, and it really was the right way to do it, and it kept fresh legs. 2 guys are coming in with fresh legs, and 2 guys are on tired legs, or, you know, somewhat tired legs, and then you're warmed up, and then you're like, you know, the cavalry has arrived kind of thing, and then the new cavalry has arrived, and it just makes it that much better and competitive.
And something we also talked about yesterday, but it seems to me like you weren't feeling like, oh God, I'm the weak guy on the team or whatever. It was more like you were really bringing the best out in each other.
Yeah, I think...
I didn't mean anything personal by that, by saying I'm the weak guy on the team and putting the mic in your face.
Well, especially in 4-man, there's a time when everybody is the weak guy on the team. But we really tried to do the rotation so that nobody was ever really too weak. You know, just the way we always had new guys cycling in, we tried to make it so that there were always strong riders out, and the team as a whole was never weak. We also, you know, made sure that we tried to balance, you know, climbing versus TTing. Because as you know, once you get about a day into it, you don't know where you're going to be on the course at any given time. So we sort of play the odds. We play the odds just to make sure that we're always going to have, you know, good climbers at any point whenever we hit any of the climbs.
Were you finding yourself at all surprised by the speed that you were going? It was really something to look at the results and go, oh my gosh, you guys are 2 time stations past Pagosa Springs, and I took like a 30-minute nap.
Yeah, we just got super duper lucky with some great winds in California.
Yeah, but you don't have a 3,000-mile tailwind.
You're right, but that set the tone, and we set the tone at a really great speed, and then that just kind of kicked off, you know, hitting a little bit cooler weather in Arizona, you know, getting ahead of the storms in Kansas, and it was just kind of this domino effect where that setting the tone early just kept giving us these kudos as we kept going of getting out of storms ahead of them. And you know, I feel for some of the teams that are out there that were a few hundred miles behind that just got hammered by some storms that we just kind of eked in front of, and setting that pace early, you know, got us that. So.
But you couldn't feel too bad about that because you beat the time record by 2 minutes. Wow. 5 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes, and it was 45 minutes, and you guys went 70 miles further.
Yes.
feel every bit of it.
7,000 feet.
Yes,
that's right.
And you had all that climbing between Camp Verde and Flagstaff, and I talk about that a lot, but that is a hard section.
Brutal section, so hard to climb, yes.
It was easy in the RV. Very easy in the RV climbing it. But to add to Chris's point about the schedule and how we did it, hats off to the crew because it added that much more time and work for them, having not just 2 sets of 4, but 4 sets of 2. So crew, amazing job.
And I know having a winning time and setting 2 records here, time and average speed, can soothe a lot of ill feelings. But I mean, you guys, I compare this to riding an elevator for a week with, you know, a group of people because you're just stuck there with them. You can't get away. And how was it with your crew, especially as you near the end and you're close to the record there, and everybody's got to be on, you guys and the crew?
The crew was phenomenal. They were on point. Anytime we needed them, they were always there for us. It was great. They made it so smooth for us.
And I'm out of questions.
Another highlight.
So you got beer on the way. And
Very well.
just kind of your overall thoughts of the experience. What stood out to you as a, let's just stay positive.
I think it's everybody in this group is positive. I mean, you alluded to the crew and everybody staying together. Everybody was positive. Everybody was up all the time, encouraging each other, and I think that's what made a successful team this time around. Because you know there was no downtime. There's nobody kind of getting on anybody else's nerves. I'm sure we did, but you know, we all worked through it. The crew, you know, you can't say enough about our crew. I mean, our crew was fantastic, and I mean, having food when we came off the bike, having coolers in the car, and everything else, I think we just gelled really well as a team together. And you know, one of the best things is we all came in as a team. You know, crossing that line with 7 guys was phenomenal. And we know Craig would have been there. Unfortunate little accident on the way in, but coming in together as a team, and that's a highlight right there. And you know, we bonded when we come in like that, and you had to do that with the backbone we had.
No kidding. It's a real honor to be up here on stage with you guys. I want to hear a loud cheer for them. And Rick Boltling's here with some well-earned medals for you guys.
So real quickly, before I hand these out, as you guys probably have heard, Allied Forces has watched you the entire race. They were entertaining fellas. They said, one of the guys, Sean Olin, who I think has raced against every one of you, said, if I were to assemble a team of Southern California racers, this would be it. Then they were joking you were slowing down at the end, and Andy Watson, who put the team together, said, man, they're going to have to stop for breakfast at the side of the road to not get this thing. But most importantly, from their crew chief, on behalf of the U.S. and U.K. racers and crew from the Team Allied Forces 2013, congratulations to Team Bemer on their record-breaking performance. We, more than anyone, understand the sacrifice and extraordinary physical and mental effort required to accomplish such a feat. You raced well and represented all that is good about this sport of endurance cycling. Bravo. Fun to watch. You guys a little longer for us.
One more minute. Oh, this is it. This is it right here. Not the back of the van, but no. We got the D6. You got a photobomb D6?
You can't photobomb this one. I'm photobombing this one.
D6 right here. 4th time's the charm, right? Good job, guys.
That is awesome.
We'll bring your crew up in 1 second.
That's too fun.
A little tighter, guys.
Excellent job.
Yeah. Yep. You come over more.
Don't step backwards. You don't want my tail in my hand.
There we go. I need that one.
Over the top.
When you're done, can I get a clean shot? Right here, for Bemer. Great job. Looking forward to that shower, I bet.
Yeah.
Awesome work, guys.
In my shower, you meant beer?
I'll buy you guys.
There's a bay right behind you, too.
So is there another thing? Is that it?
Two bites. One of each.
Come on, crew. Come on.
Yeah. Want the crew up there?
Yeah, bring the crew up, sure.
Yeah, so I can just get a nice one. I want to talk about that. There we go.
Guys, we're going to.
Just the crew. Just the crew. Just the crew is three right now.
Just the crew.
Okay. So let's see here. Let's arrange this. We need more people on this side, please. So maybe more. Perfect. Bemer, I can see them. There we go. Let's see. Let's pull the mics out. And you're gonna go down.
That wasn't you.
Okay, so we're trying in. So you guys can get on the mic. Okay, perfect. Keep that off. Okay, great.
One minute. Whoa.
Oh, Bill.
Yep.
Hey, Bill.
Go up. Okay, here we go. Ready? Right here for Bemer. Big smiles. Congratulations, you guys. Great work. Checking. Okay, one more. Here we go. Got it. Cool. Give a moment on
Yeah. Hey. The first one went out about 24 seconds.
I want to reiterate that win too.
I just peed at the gas station.
The gas station too.
I mean, like.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Okay, as you can see, it's a little hot here, a little sweaty, but the guys won and won 2 records, so we're going to get the confirmation of the times on both those records now. And Bill from Bemer Corporate is here to talk to us. He's hanging on the bike right now, so let's see if I can get him on stage. Hey, Bill, let's do it. Awesome. Bill, you have the official time? Times one? Let's get the times one from the RAAM guys.
You're crazy.
Let's get the... One second.
Field time, we beat him by 2 minutes.
Okay, so here we go. Everyone, this is Bill Sickard. This is the endorsement for behind this team and helping this thing get running. And we've been on the bus now for 2 days? 5 days?
Yeah, these guys have been at this for 5 days, and the last time we did this with 4 men, it took 5.5 days. We actually got here on Thursday night, which is unheard of. The best part of that is none of us have hotel rooms as a result of our performance. So we're going to be in sleeping bags over here in just a little bit.
Come stay with us.
Yeah. So, but the amazing thing is we left Oceanside, California. Bemer was extremely instrumental in sponsoring the team and making the available product for sports recovery. And the unbelievable thing is we knew what it did for sports recovery, but we did not know exactly how well it could do with some of the best performance athletes in the world. And we saw that today. So RAAM is a 35-plus year organization from inception, and we have beat the world record and created a world record out of all those years tonight. And we just finished it minutes ago. So that's extremely important. The other thing is the performance of this team, and you'll hear this many times. Not only did they beat the time by 2 minutes, they rode 70 miles longer at a faster speed than any other team out there. So this is an amazing statistic, yeah. So they did that with a lot of support from Bemer and a lot of support from themselves and the staff that went in to bring them across the country. So, it's an exciting time for us. I haven't had more than 2 hours of sleep in a few days, so, catch me tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. So, again, we did win the record. It's official.
It is official.
And now they're going to do probably another award here?
Yeah.
Okay, great. For the second record? Yeah, okay, great. So we're going to go back to that.
We'll be back in a moment.
Cheers.
All right, I want to let the team go and celebrate, but it's so cool to me that we have the national national time trial champion up here, who won the championship as he was, what, 3 days out from the start of RAAM?
It was on 2 days. It was on Thursday and flew up Friday morning.
So you actually came into the race kind of tired.
Yeah, not really. I mean, it was, the time trial's 30K, so it wasn't too bad. But you get a little boost of energy when you see all your teammates ripper and ready to go, so.
Did you ever wear your stars and stripes on the course?
I did not. We wanted to support our sponsors out there, let them take the pictures of, Bemer and Padlove and push that. And I've got plenty of time with the national championship for the next year. So,
motivating to you guys as a team to have national champion on your team?
Yeah.
Let's hear it for these guys one more time. Champion buys beer, doesn't he?
No.
Let's go back to the mic. Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up for us here. We will be posting this video after the race as well, because I know that when the live stream shuts off, it disappears. So stand by for that, and we're going to be doing some exclusive interviews about Bemer with the team later as well. So thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Okay, let me.
One more.
You know how to use that thing?
Take a picture of me working.
Thanks.
I beat on the gas station, but I can drive. I need more water.
Fantastic. Your name is?
Chris.
Chris?
Just a marquee.
Chris. Okay, we're back on. Okay, so do you want to actually interview Chris?
What's that?
Want to interview Chris about experience? Here you go.
Hey everyone, Bill Sickert with Bemer North America, and a lot of people knew about an event that took place in 2016, and it was called RAAM Race Across America, and I was invited to participate in that from a corporate point of view and a product point of view by a gentleman by the name of Chris DeMarchi, and met him and immediately felt his energy, and then decided to spend a lot of time with them all the way across the country 2 years ago. Another challenge came up, and it was a desire to expand that and improve upon it. Chris is not only the biggest hearted guy I know, but one of the most competitive guys. And he is a commander of the team always, no matter who the captain is. And I just like to give the microphone to Chris just to share a few moments about his experience with the 8-man team this year. And I am just so impressed with what we experienced. And for those of you listening, this just happened. All right, so we didn't have a chance to sleep and rehearse and, we're going to put on some makeup. All right, they just came across after 5 days of on the road, nonstop. So it may not be pretty, but it is exciting. Chris.
Well, thank you for all the kind words. And yes, our friendship and Bemer and everything we've been through the last 2 years to make this happen. And this is twice for us we've done this, but first time world record, twice world record.
We keep improving.
We keep improving. And thank you, Bemer. All 8 riders were on the Bemer systems. Love the Bemer systems.
In a much better motorhome this
much
year.
better motorhome. It wasn't hot, so we could use the systems and not overheat. And we had all the riders on them. I've obviously been using a Bemer for years, and then got everybody on them. Bemer was great, especially with Greg and myself working with the riders on understanding the system, getting used to the system. And the matter of fact is, it's an edge. It's an edge, and when you're going for a world record, you need everything. You need the right riders, you need the right crew, you need the right attitude, you need the right equipment. That includes the Bemers, the bikes. You need to be dialed in on your nutrition, your food. attitudes between riders and crew and everything in between. It all has to work perfect. And to get a record by 2 minutes over 3,060 miles and 160,000 feet of climbing,
and a couple extra miles added to it.
But it's a stoplight. You understand? That's a stoplight.
Yeah. There's all kinds of crazy stuff.
And I saw you stopped at least 3 to 5 of them. Yeah.
This is Keith.
15 minutes you change the bikes.
Yes.
That's 500 times in the past 5 days.
500 times.
500 times.
And if you miss one, if you miss a change or anything, and here's the great thing is nobody mentions this, how great our crew is and how positive the attitude is. We knew that we had the one record crushed. We knew we had the speed record. But the time record, I mean, people have said for years it's untouchable. Like, it's untouchable. That's just, it's because the course is now harder and changed and it's longer and more climbing and just time in general. And on the way in, our crew, they missed a couple signs, missed a couple turns, and nobody, you don't look back, you only look forward. And when you're looking forward and you have the right attitude, we put 7 guys on the road at the end and time trialed that thing in at 34 miles an hour for 9 miles, and we won by 2 minutes. And I can't thank, I mean, look, I ride bikes because I love to ride bikes. And I couldn't do it without your support, without Pavlov's support, without the crew's support, without my parents' support. I mean, it's amazing, and, you know, and it's heartfelt, and whatever you need ever, I'm there for you.
Thanks so much, Chris. And you know, the message that you give to America and the world is very finite. You know, it's a big message, but very finite. All right, this is a 2-minute win in the course of many days of effort. Yet without that finite approach, that would have never happened. And so now, for many, many years, you will always have this record in your book. And that is something that we both need to sleep about.
I love it. I love it. This is a moment for me, for sure. And I've won 9 national championships, but this one is the coup de grace. I mean, I did it with 7 of my best friends. And that was the coolest moment.
Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much. You are the best, and we have proven that tonight.
Thank you, Bemer.
Thanks, guys. Bill Sickert, North America, signing out.
Get another rider?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go find another rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go find one.
Anyway, actually, Craig talking over there would be
Okay,
great
Craig.
because he's new on the Bemer.
All right.
So that's good.
Let's grab Craig. Is that okay? Good.
The man, the myth. Thank you.
Next number right here.
Yeah.
Still live. Just announce and a little intro.
Hey everyone, Bill Sickert bringing to you the very special event of the finish of the RAAM race. And for those of you that don't know about this, this is a 3,000 plus mile race that, unlike Tour de France, doesn't stop and there is no sleep. So I would like to hand the mic over to somebody who would like to introduce himself to the rest of the country, Chris, who's had some challenges today and is also a major participant. And I'm going to embarrass you with some of my personal observations from the windshield. But anyway, Chris, introduce yourself and a little bit about your background.
Name's Craig Strait.
Let's do that over. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Wow.
We're still live. This guy's alright. And I want to hear your Bemer experience too.
Yeah.
Getting off the bike.
Yeah. Sure.
And extreme fatigue. That's
Sure.
I want to know because we don't get to that level where you're at. I don't think I would ever get to that place of strength.
All right. Hey everyone, Bill Sickert, Bemer North America. I'm here with Craig Strait, and Craig was a new member of the 8-member team, and certainly not a last choice participant, a major player in the success of the team. And for those of you that did not know a few minutes ago, and that's a good reason why, this is a record-breaking RAAM experience, over 35 years of experience. And this gentleman participated in that, and I had a chance to watch him from the crew windshield as I rode behind him. But would like to have you share a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. It's been an amazing 5 days. 15 minutes at a time is kind of about how we lived the last the last 5 days.
So how many 15-minute interventions took place there? Yeah, I mean, we're talking 500 plus to get you guys across.
You're going to ask me that after I've probably been on about 8 hours of sleep in the last 5 days, and now I'm supposed to do math. I don't know. Whenever they told me to ride, I got on my bike and I pedaled as hard as I could. But with the 8-man team was a little bit different. I had done the 4-man team before, and 4-man is super sleep deprived. 8-man, to try to bump that speed up recovery is key. And so we actually were off the bikes for 12 hours at a time, and so on that Bemer bed for the whole time, getting your recovery in and getting fuel in and ready for your next. Yeah, absolutely.
Key.
So yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been a whirlwind 5 days, and great bunch of guys, great crew. I mean, you could take the best cyclist in the world if you didn't have a crew there keeping you fueled, pointing in the right direction, getting your bike ready. I mean, they work harder than we do, to be honest with you. I mean, we just have to pedal a bike. They have to be thinking on being sleep deprived, and I commend them for doing that, absolutely. And we wouldn't be here without them, for sure.
Sounds good. And that is what we call the 80-20 rule. The crew looks at the performance of the team, and it's like, well, of course, it's 80% champions. I mean, these individuals that have done so well throughout their life, and that's the reason they win. And the modesty of these athletic giants shocks me. And to have the performances and championships that this individual has won, and to say that actually the 80-20 rule is more of the crew and not them, it's moving. So thanks everybody for joining. I wanted to bring a face to a name, and I deeply appreciate you joining us on the Bemer team.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the support. And I think it's about happy hour. Mike will be able to catch a beer yet.
Before we sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Everyone.